Our story today starts in the region of Kopanez on the continent of Vassanoka. In the south of this region, in the Odantu Mountains, where they're just beginning to bud into larger and extremely mountainous peaks, lies a variety of gnome cities scattering these hills. And this has become a centralized kind of government area for the gnomes. They spread out across the area.
Like a disease.
Kopanez is mostly a nice grassland, especially in the southern areas. As the mountains become hills, you have just rolling hills with small little forests and pockets of trees everywhere and nice open fields. But as you get closer to the coastline, it becomes a very marshy, very kind of swampy land. As all of the rainwater flows down the Odantu Mountains into the Nodak region and floods off through the Lakmar River. So this area of Kopanez in the middle kind of gets dry during the summer months, and the swampy areas are overrun by lizard folk. These lizard folk have inhabited the land for about as long as anyone can remember. They started off as a very small tribe, and being very uncivilized, more or less have become a nuisance for the gnome populations in the area, as the lizard folk see them as nothing more than a quick snack. So that can be a bit...
The snack that smiles back. Gnomes.
Gnomes!
Now you can laugh and choke on the
I choked on my beer.
The entire northern region of Kopanez, in fact, going all the way over towards Sana and above the Nodak region, is entirely swamp and marsh lands, and the lizard folk rule this area in a very tribal, savage, and nomadic way. The only real cities exist right on the coast, and a few small dwarf populations have set up on these rivers as they flood into the Nodak region. And this is where a lot of the gnomes that live in the Nodak get their water. So they have established uneasy relations with the lizard folk, but it's much better than that of the gnomes and the lizard folk. We now cut to Gnome Force Star 07, who is a highly trained operative group that has been working directly for the gnome army for quite some time. They've been a group for a number of years at this point, so we've built up good rapport with each other. And
are we working with them?
I think we are them. So I would say yes, we're working with them.
You've been deep in the lizard folk territory for some time on a number of different rescue missions for gnomes that have gotten stranded and lost contact with different parties, and haven't been back to civilized area for a while, but you got called all the way back to Gnome Capital and talking to the Gnome President. Yeah, I didn't decide to come up with any names.
That's fine.
President Barkley.
And
that was.
You guys are walking into his office, and he says to you all, "Oh, gentlemen, thank you, come in. Sit down. All right, boys, listen. It's about that time of the year again. You all know it happens every year. Sun comes out, blazes up all the water, our water supplies get low, and what do we gotta do?
Deal with those damn lizards, don't we?
That's right, boys. You get it. All right. So, listen, I'm sure you all know about Lowly's Pass, the river that comes up just north of us, coming down directly south towards our territory.
Yes, a lovely pass.
Yeah, it's more of a river, really.
I wouldn't say lovely exactly.
Well, listen, boys.
Damn lizards.
You know the pipeline has to be opened up. So, I'm sending you boys on a covert stealth operation. That valve needs to get opened for only 2 minutes. That's all it takes. And that'll give us enough water for the entire rest of the year, boys. I know it's a dangerous mission, but I can count on you all. Right?
Yeah, don't worry. I think we can last longer than 2 minutes.
So anyways, boys, you know about the pipeline. Right? So, there's going to be plenty of other forces. They're going to be handling the lower ducts. You guys are going to have to sneak all the way up the river to the base of the pipeline and open the valve.
You mean the damn lizards are covering the rest of the way up there?
Well, yeah, but listen, boys. We have an informant all the way over in Molassie's port, right? He's an innkeeper, and he fed off a couple lizard folk that came in, and they were saying that hunting's been real good up in the north, and that most of their forces have been going that way. We're expecting a light load of lizard folk, so it should be easy on you boys.
So I'm still not sure. You know, I've been working with water like my whole career. It's all based around using water.
That's fantastic, boy. That's exactly what you need right
creation
now.
of water. No, I'm not. I'm saying why don't we could use the funding, for my my research. We can be self-sufficient without having to get from the pipe.
This is self-sufficient.
I brought this to you before, 33 times.
Bring
Listen,
this
boy.
lad some
Listen,
way
boy.
to keep him awake for 36 hours, and I swear we'll pump all the water out of him we can get.
Help me! Help me!
All right. Listen, boys. I don't really understand most of what you're talking about, kid. But listen, when you get back, you're gonna have as much status and fame and whatever research you want to back, it's gonna be backed.
All right. I mean, I wish you'd tell me that. That 33 times I presented this to you.
Anyways,
Are we gonna die, or are you making false promises? Anyway, carry on.
well, son, I'll be completely honest with you. There is a high chance of death.
What?
In all the years that we've done this, I'd say our success rate, or all of the members of the team come back, is about 32%. That's the numbers I was given at least.
Well, that's a lot better than I was expecting.
But if you think about it, that's when all three come back. So if you're only expecting one, I mean, you can just times that by 3. You're looking at 90% success rate that each one of y'all will come back. I think that's how math worked. Anyways,
I don't think
kids.
you've got your numbers right.
All right, you two, come off it. We're a combat unit, aren't we? Let's get this done. Star power!
Radio.
All right, so Chompsky is it, right? Step
sir.
forward, sir. All right, kid. Look here. This here is an on-key crystal. On-key.
Right?
Right, so this just came out of the Odantu Mountains. Dwarfs they just found these brand new caves. They'd be calling them the Anki Caves. Right, and so anyways, here you go. And if you would do a favor for me, just walk out just outside those doors.
All right. Hope there isn't any hanky in the Yankee.
As soon as Chompsky steps outside the doors, the president pulls another crystal out of his pocket and just says, Chompsky, would you come back in now?
Right? That was a strange thing. You talked through the crystal.
Yeah, that's right, kid. So, basically the way it works is, these two crystals were cut from the same stone or something, and so we can talk to each other. Now, this is a very I only have a couple of these, so, if only one of y'all are gonna make it back, I would appreciate if you could make sure to come back with the crystal.
Chompsky takes it and is, testing the strength of it with his teeth.
I just kind of eye the president and then just kind of look at the crystal, and then look at the rest of the other two, and I'm just kind of like, in my head, I'm saying, "You use the crystal more than each of our lives."
Now listen, there's I have and he pulled a couple of other colored crystals out of his pocket. I've got a couple other teams, like I said, all positioned on the lower aqueducts. So when you guys open that duct, I'm going to need a call so then I can alert all the other teams to be ready to open the lower ducts to receive the flow of water.
Is that like a code word? Are we going to need like a code word?
Well, you can just say,
Like, hot potato?
we're opening the valve, like...
What about a safe word?
Yeah, like a safe word. You're saying we're not using like a safe word?
You can establish a safe word if you like. I'm just going to assume that, if you say something about we're opening or something, I'll be...
Area 51 raid. Let's use that as a safe.
Well, I'm sure we'll know when you give the signal. Anyways, Chompsky, you understand, I assume?
Right. Yes. Righto. Keep the crystal safe. Don't break it. Got it.
Right. So, anyways, Hugh.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I know that you. I understand that you have been the leader of these two fellows here, keeping these killers in line.
Yes, sir. It's not why I specifically joined. I mean, if you remember, I joined us because I thought you guys would fund my research and everything. But then, when you kept denying me, I decided to take up the position. Yes.
Right. So, anyways, if you have any questions, I'm gonna hand this crystal off to the lead general, and he'll answer them for you.
Right. Is there like a safe word? Right. Is there like a safe word that we got to let them know it's really us when we go to communicate with them?
My safe word is spicy.
Oh, it's too simple. You don't really know if they mean it. You gotta go for something complicated.
All right, kids. Gentlemen. Look, we're all counting on you. This is the most important thing you could possibly do for the survival of everyone who lives in this area that you hold dear.
Righto, sir. Yep.
All right, now get out of my office, and there's gonna be some transport set up to get you all to the front line.
As they're walking out, what is it? Once again, Chompsky. Hugh, you see Hugh turn, looking at Chompsky as they're walking out. He's like, I say for it's spelunking. Spelunking.
Maybe I'll change mine to aromaphobia.
You know what? Now that I've been thinking about it, agriculture might be a better route for me. Real easy to make out the consonants. Between the slapping sounds,
So as Gnome Force Star 07 leaves the president's office, you are met by a number of other individuals clearly marked to be part of the Gnome Army, and they lead you to some shelter in town for that night and make sure that you are supplied, and in the morning you are put on a couple of wagons and hauled north through the mountains down into the hills, and by that end of the day you're finding yourself in the valley. Easy sailing, really, for the next day, again, just on the wagon, trucking along, and you find yourself at the end of your second day of travel. As the sun's starting to set, you kind of start to make out something that looks like a divot in the ground, and as you get closer and closer, it appears to be some sort of riverbed that has been dried out, and finally you find yourself at the mouth of this channel that where you're currently, when you get out, it's but a few feet of a trench, but as you look forward, you see the walls growing higher and higher and higher until, there's quite a bit of depth, unable for you to really calculate. But you set up camp there for the night, and in the morning, your party that was traveling with you heads back south, and you are on foot for the next day. In the morning, as you are departing from your traveling party, Hugh unrolls a map from his pack.
Alright, yeah. Oops, upside down. There we go. Alright, gents. Let's see where we go. Is there a type of roll you'd like me to make for this?
Yes. Can I get a
Sourdough, please.
base intelligence check, and as well as a survival check?
Love a good sourdough roll.
Buckwheat for me.
So intelligence was a 10. Survival is 21.
So,
Not smart, but animal instinct.
It's weird because intelligence is like my fucking
yeah.
bread and butter. I just did a shit roll.
As Hugh unrolls the map, he's clearly able to locate where you're positioned, as you know exactly where you are. You're at the mouth of the lowly path. So, on the map, you're like, oh, I know exactly where I am. However, there's a number of paths that you could take to go forward from this position. And in the heat of the moment, you were kind of just like, I just want to get going. And especially being this far and this close to the lowly paths, Hugh is quite interested, as there's a lot of science and history that goes into this path. So he decides to go on a path that stays closer to the riverbank. Have a pretty easy day of travel. Like I was saying, as you guys get further and further up this pass, the wall, or the drop, kind of next to you keeps getting bigger and bigger. And at a certain point, it kind of levels out, and you assume it's a good, 25, 30 feet, perhaps even deeper. But on that first day, it's easy travel, and guess sunset. What are you guys gonna do? You guys gonna set up camp? Gonna make a fire? Gonna not make a fire? Or do you want to just trudge through the night? What's the plan?
Is it just 3 of us then?
Yeah. Because we had an army that led us to a certain point, and then they're like, alright, have fun!
We're really an army.
What?
Yeah.
Small company.
Thank you, that's what I was looking for. Company.
Do we have any idea, like how far along we are? Like, do we have like a hard day? If we stop now, would we have like a hard day's march ahead of us, or are we fairly close to where we need to get?
If we even know.
Well,
we know where we're going.
Yeah, you do know where it's going.
I guess
and
you
we
have
do have a map. Yeah.
We're heading to the pipeline.
You have the map, so I guess. Well, but I mean, like, you can have a map and not know exactly where you are.
That's fair.
I mean, if the terrain is more or less the same, you're like, we're somewhere in this general area.
Right, so in that first day on foot, you're able to make it, a good maybe quarter of the way.
Okay. So we have 3 more days of travel to get where we're going.
Well,
I vote no fire and using our rations.
But we did spend a good part of the day being trucked along on the wagon.
Well, you started your day. You guys, camped.
Oh, and then we start. Okay, got it.
Started.
All right, gents, this looks like a good place to set up camp. I'll go to the fire roll. Throw out the bedrolls, all right? That sound good? Yeah.
Oh, it sounds good if you're gathering firewood for tomorrow's fire. Extra weight for tomorrow's journey.
No, you don't want to be warm. I like to be warm while I see. Makes me toes sore.
Well, I'd love to be warm, but it's
I would
about
like to
tactical
do,
advantage.
All right.
If we light a
there
fire,
a,
they'll know where we are. We lose the element of surprise.
All right.
He's right on my idea. Is there a moon?
Yeah, there is a moon. You're right. Yeah, like a half moon at night.
Half moon? Waxing or waning?
It's summer, so it would probably be Well, that doesn't really depend on... I don't know, man. We're waxing.
All right. That means that it's going to be getting brighter every night.
Yes.
Wax on, baby.
That's really all I was asking. Of course, forbidding clouds.
Forbidden clouds. So you guys are going to stop and sleep for a bit? Okay, so as you guys are camping out the night, you guys have some rations in your packs, take a nice little snack before bed, lay down. In the night, as you're sleeping, you all perceive that a small hunting party of lizard folk passed through the area. You all became, you're all in unknown territory. What the fuck just happened? It was like a stuttering recorder.
Bro, I get shit like that all the time. Don't stress it too much.
And being in unknown territory, you all are sleeping quite lightly. So you were alerted and all made sure to watch, and the threat passed. But you did note that a pack on the other side of the trench was moving eastward, kind of towards like the sauna area, so away from where you are going to be. So it was a good sign for you.
Cool. But probably a good idea that we did not have a fire.
Very good idea.
Also, I'd like to say that Chompsky's plan is to wake up right about dawn to break camp and start moving.
Sounds good.
On with that plan.
Well, I mean, I didn't role play it. I kind of just assumed we talked about it the night before, but as we're now sleeping.
Sounds good.
Well, I guess, we could, what? Let's just role play it now. We'll make it. So we woke up because we heard this noise, and after they passed by.
I thought that was early hours in the morning, or...
That was in the night.
That was in the night. So after they passed by and we've been awakened by it, I think it might be a good idea to break at first light of dawn and get out of here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'll do much sleeping till then, but indeed.
Sleep light and keep your knife close. You'll be fine.
I don't think we'll have another fire till we're clear of these scaly skins.
Why'd they send this scientist with us anyway?
We'll have to tell that wizard about the lizards in the morning.
You know why they sent him.
Is he a wizard or a scientist? I'm not really sure about that.
Like I said, though, you guys have been working together for a little bit of time. And the reason he's on the team is because as good as you guys are at completing tasks, it is helpful to have someone that has a conscience every once in a while.
A bit of magic savvy and not willing to kill civilians.
Hi,
it's also kind of
cricket.
It's kind of like a tech with like a wrecker and or a crosshair or a hunter or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. You guys wake up at first light, and Verga and Chompsky start packing up.
Doesn't do bloke now on this morning coffee.
Coffee was an hour ago.
Then
You get what's the grounds.
we had a fire and tried to make nice coffee. Just saying.
There you go.
What's it? Sorry, a cup of dip? It's a cup. Yeah, that's a cup of dip. And he just reluctantly drinks it.
Best way to make the coffee. You just soak the beans, get a little bit of water with them, drink that down, keep the beans with you. You can chew on them throughout the day for a little extra energy.
I mean, really, you're just getting the runoff of the rest of the coffee-flavored water. If you just get the coffee, you get all the caffeine.
I mean, I'd still prefer my espresso machine, but I guess it's good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is stronger than espresso.
What the fuck's an espresso machine?
Last time we were out, we brought some coca leaves with us. Now that was the stuff.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we had a ripping good time.
Apparently, chewing on coca leaves is like the strongest cup of coffee you've ever had in your life.
the way you're supposed to actually take the drug.
Like you don't get the crazy cocaine high. It's just like a
stim.
It's just a huge stim. Yeah, it's just like a crazy strong cup of coffee. It just right to the dome. You just go.
So you immediately evacuate and choose to do everything. Let's go.
Something like that.
Okay, so you pack up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Your
Mr.
scream was a full solid second of maxed out microphone. RJ's gonna love listening to that. He's gonna have his headphones on. All of a sudden, it's gonna be the sound like that meme with the FBI kicking down the door.
All right,
We rolling.
everyone gets packed up, and it's another day on foot. About midday, you guys are feeling peckish. Stop for a quick snack. Just literally grab something out of the pack, take a couple little bites as you walk in, and slow down for just a second, and then back to full pace. About an hour later, you find yourself on what you assume to be a lizard folk village. There's not a ton to it. There's a few structures, but there's just a lot of beat down grass. You can tell that people have been camping here. There's still lines kind of strung up between some trees where
No people. Scales.
We army crawled up to it. We army crawled up the nearest hill to look down at it.
well, let's get some perception.
Yeah, well, let's get grass in the mouth.
15?
Just a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
No, perception's saving.
Woo! Nat 20 plus 3. 23. Let's go.
15.
All right, so both Hugh and Verga can see, looking down on this small village, that, like the president had said, it looks like there's really not anyone around. You notice that there's a number of fire pits throughout this area that are currently completely out and doesn't look like they've been lit anytime soon, or at least in the past couple days.
Still green. Headed north 2 hours.
You also notice that there's really not any things sitting around. You're not noticing like tools or any kind of cloth or anything that someone might be working with. And more notably to Chompsky, more than anyone else, is that there are no children or hatchlings around, which he knows means that the main hunting party, the main pack of the lizard folk, has moved out of this area, as they always take their women and children in one big pack. The only thing he sees is that there are 2 lizard folk sitting around one campfire on the far side of the small village, and there's just 2 little tents set up.
Right, boys. This isn't the main group. There ain't a woman or a child in sight, meaning that the main force, or raiding party, or whatever you want to call it, must have already moved on. I only clocked 2 of them down.
Well, our plan and our job doesn't involve getting involved with the main raiding party anyway. We just got to get that valve open, right?
Right, but the real question is, do we need to take these 2 out?
Well, why would you... We don't need to take anybody out.
We need to take some people out, that's for
We'll
sure.
just go around them all.
No people, lizards.
Lizards, whatever.
What is all of your guys' base wisdom mod? Or just give me your base score, your wisdom score.
12.
14.
My wisdom is 16.
Okay.
How
So,
are you the wisest?
I'm a monk.
he's a monk.
Yeah, fair. He's a very aggressive monk. Alright, we'll take him out.
You haven't,
He's a tactical monk!
you haven't even seen what he's capable of yet.
Oh boy. You're gonna shit some bricks in a minute.
Tactical
Fucking
monk.
You're fucking
That's
Snake
unfortunately
Eyes.
sounding like one of the bad guys from Hellboy.
Or like Snake Eyes.
Okay, I'm going to...
Fair.
I'm going to tell you what you've all retained about the lizard folk. Real quick. So you had 12, so plus 1. Plus one, what you know about lizard folk is that they're highly aggressive, they're cannibalistic, and they like to eat meat. And, their culture's pretty wild and
Primitive.
You know about the same?
Yeah.
Except you also are aware that, they can be easily distracted by food. And you also are aware that they prefer food over eating. So...
What?
Meaning that a very viable strategy sometimes could be simply, literally bartering passage for food, or like in the middle of a fight, being like, oh, I'm literally going to get out of this by throwing a pork chop on the ground and running away.
So, did you mean to say they would rather take food over fighting?
Did I not say that?
You said they would rather have food over eating. And that's why I said, what?
I was also confused. Are they stockpiling instead of...
So they're at the ball chomping on like a beefsteak, and you throw a pork chop.
Oh yeah, I'll save it for later.
I don't get it. It's not about the having, it's about the getting.
It's not about the eating. It's about the stockpiling. Yes, they would prefer food. They prefer eating over fighting.
Okay.
Toss him a leg.
So, as far as just...
I didn't say it had to be yours.
Listen here, bud. I think that's a pretty fucking bad idea.
Did you tell me what I knew?
Yeah, you didn't tell him what he knew.
Oh, yeah. So, what you know on top of what he knew is he knows that...
They'd rather take food over fighting.
And you're aware that a viable strategy that has worked in the past and that you've seen other people use is using food as some kind of bait, or using it as a bartering tool, or using it as a disengage tool. They're an enemy that will choose to eat you, but if you can present them with something that will also satiate their hunger, you can probably get away.
How would he know that and I wouldn't? Because that sounds like the same thing that I know about the food over fighting.
I'm smarter than you.
Fuck up, okay?
I'm just asking.
Like beagles and blueberries.
So I know they'd rather have food over fighting, but he's not going to get the idea to be like, hey, let's pork chop on a stick down there.
You don't have the experience, is the thing. You have intelligence, but the wisdom is...
It was mostly me being a shithead.
I have tactical knowledge.
We'll lay waste to it. Raise it to the ground. Oh. Carry on. Get our mission accomplished. And raise it on the way back. That's the only way I see it.
Well, maybe there's a third option.
Yeah, the third option where we don't have to, kill him.
No, we're gonna kill him.
We're definitely gonna kill him.
But listen, there's only 2 of them down there. We'll go down there, we'll kill them. We'll make it look like they got into a fight and killed each other.
You're planning on making it look like a double suicide? Like a lover's quarrel?
Not a suicide, like they got into
Put
a
their
fight.
dicks in each other's mouths.
No. Nothing like that. I'm just saying, make it look like maybe the one got a good shot in on the other right as he was going down, that kind of thing.
That still sounds like what I was talking about.
Different kind of shot, mate.
Different kind of going down too, I imagine.
Yeah, you might need to reassess your priorities.
Fuck, I got problems.
Listen, it's alright. If you feel that way, we support you.
Right then. So are we killing them now or what?
But I'm still for the idea of, just not killing him.
I've got a great idea.
Hugh,
thank you. Huge Gnome.
Huge jacked man. No.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
How's about you go check out the grass over there right on the edge of their camp?
What do I want to do with grass?
I mean, it looks like it might be a new species or something.
It's not really my department.
I mean, you're a scientist, ain't you?
Yeah, but I work with water primarily. I've been presenting my findings for 20 years now.
That grass looks dry, doesn't it?
Oh shit! He just walks over to the.
All right. So after you walk over to the grass, Hugh's gonna motion for the two of them to kind of circle around to sort of off to the side, and he's gonna pick up a rock and like sort of throw it into the direction of where Hugh is.
I think you're at... What? I think you said Hugh when you meant to say...
Did I say Hugh?
Cletus or whatever your name is.
Chompsky.
Yeah.
Alright, so Chompsky is, after Hugh walks off towards that grass, he's gonna motion that the two of them should circle sort of a little bit away from Hugh. And then once they're kind of sort of like opposite sides of him, Chop's going to take a rock and throw it sort of into the general direction of Hugh just to get the lizard's attention going that way.
Love bait.
And they look that way.
They perceive Hugh.
And perceive Hugh standing there looking back at the two of you.
Hey guys, you don't believe the grass is actually okay? There's a little bit of water. It's alright. It's okay.
Verga just slowly draws an axe.
These lizards...
The grass area just tends to go like kind of tan looking. Maybe that's why I thought it was dead.
Kind of stand up and you see their noses and tongues start moving. And they start slowly moving towards Hugh's position. Kind of stalking.
Guys? Hello?
Alright, we're gonna get up behind these dudes and take them out.
Hey everybody, RJ here. I hope you're enjoying this episode of Realms and Nerds. If you are, and you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications for the show to know when new episodes are released. Also, maybe share the show with someone else that you think would enjoy it. It's one of, if not the best, ways to help our podcast continue to grow. It's available on pretty much every platform out there, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio. Thank you so much to our friend Kyle for composing the melody of our main theme. And of course, thank you to every single one of you for listening to our podcast.
Can I get a stealth check for both of you?
So 22 total for me.
14.
As these lizards folk are sneaking up on Hugh, Verga and Chompsky start sneaking up on them, coming through the camp. And as they are, Verga very barely, his heel clips a tent pole or something that looked like it might have been a brace for a tent at one point. It makes a small rattle with the whole structure, and the lizard on the left becomes aware of Verga's position. But Chompsky is able to keep moving and is able to kind of conceal himself behind a tree that was close and some other things that were obstructing the lizard's vision and remains hidden. So you're just going right at them? You're sneaking up on them? Alright, so Verga comes running at these lizard folk, and he is going to make the first attack.
Alright, so that's going to be with... he's actually going to, as soon as he sees that this lizard folk sees him, he's going to go into rage and draw his great axe and charge and make an attack at the lizard folk who turned around to notice him.
Okay.
With a bonus attack, making a secondary attack.
Okay.
The first attack is a 20.
That will hit.
The second attack is a 15.
Roll or win. That, yes.
Well, it's a 15 we gotta beat. First hit is 14. And then the second hit is also 14 points of damage.
Alright. as Verga comes running up on this lizard folk, he pulls his great axe from his back and with a swinging, swirling attack makes 2 solid blows into the chest of this lizard folk and finishing his twirl with this axe in hand, the lizard folk in front of him falls to the ground. And as he's finishing this spin, Chompsky has snuck up behind the other lizard folk and gets an attack with advantage.
All my attacks or just the first one? Like the whole turn is advantage?
You have an advantage on your opening strike, yeah.
Okay.
Just the first attack.
Because I'm going to get to make like 3 of them.
Alright.
I'm attacking unarmed. First attack is a 21.
That's what hit.
Second attack is a 22.
That's what hit.
And an 18.
That what hit.
So they all hit. So you guys know I've never done somebody that for unarmored strikes. Do you add
With
Strength.
strength to that?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're subclassed, otherwise I think so.
Because the only reason I don't know is because for the monk you use dexterity instead of strength for most things.
I mean, I think it should say, like, right on the unarmed strike what you make it with. Because that's, like, your first level ability, isn't it?
Wait, hang on, right here. Roll your mark. Okay. So you do. Okay. So 11. Another 11. 31 points of damage. But also, on top of that 31, 2 of those strikes are punches. And then the third strike, Chompsky comes forward with his large silver teeth and bites into the lizard folk. And does an additional 4 points of damage on top of that. So for 35 total.
They're very dead. Chompsky jumps on this lizard folk's back and sinks his jaws into its neck. And as he opens his jaws to sink his teeth in, it's almost as though his jaw dislocates and the teeth in his mouth seem to grow in size as they come chomping down on this lizard folk's neck. And then with a killer strike to the abdomen and then another with a kick as he lets go of the teeth right under the jaw, he kicks with a small little flourish, kind of backflip, and this lizard folk drops to the ground dead. And Hugh, who had just moments before realized that this was all happening, has only caught a flurry of movements and now sees his companions standing in front of 2 dead lizard folk.
Well, that's not... Come on, guys. We don't have to kill them.
Well, if we didn't kill them now, then we're going to kill more gnomes later.
They would have brought more to the area.
I mean, maybe we could... I don't know, maybe we could live together in harmony. I don't know, rehabilitate. Something like that.
Oh. Yeah, not going to happen. Anyways.
You sound like cattle, mate.
Not the mindset like that.
Listen, I bit this one in the neck. Let's position the other one to look like you bit this one.
Sounds good.
Can we get a deception check from both of you?
Okay. 18. Whew. Glad I rolled good, because my charisma is a flat +0.
+0 charisma.
7.
Don't worry, I did good.
You guys kind of drag the 2 bodies and position them in a way where the one with the bite wound on his neck is laying on his side and has a claw that's kind of reaching up into the chest of the other one who's like on top of him with his mouth onto the neck of the other. For what it's worth, it looks like these 2 probably got into a quarrel, or upon further investigation, someone might notice slash wounds from an axe across the one's chest. But, you guys tried, and that's, it's something. So, you guys keep going, though?
Yeah. I mean, we killed them, we staged the area, time to get out of here.
Alright. So you guys travel for the rest of that day. As it's getting later in the day, you notice up ahead... actually, let's get a perception check.
It's an 11.
13.
3.
As you guys are moving along, you notice the sun is setting, and the discussion of what to do in the night has come up.
Alright. This looks like a good place to set up camp. I think I'm going to go grab some firewood. We'll call it a night.
This guy with the frickin' firewood every time.
So you don't like your toes be nice and toasty in the night?
Listen,
I'd
mate.
rather be cold than dead.
Listen, mate. We just killed 2 of them. If they don't believe that little scene we set up, they're going to be after us.
I mean, if you hadn't killed them, we wouldn't have to worry about it then. So I guess...
I mean, if we didn't kill them now, we'd have to worry about them later when they come to snack on you.
If we had lit a fire yesterday night, I'll tell you what, that hunting party would have found us right quick, wouldn't they have?
Yeah, but you can put the fire out before you go to bed.
And as he was talking, he notices this small feather that falls into his view and starts wiggling in front of his eyes. And as he blows it,
It's not going away.
he notices it almost swings back at him.
Stop. Just get out. Come on. And he starts swatting at it. Come on. Get out of here.
And then a voice from above the party. You guys Store 07?
Look. Well,
Who's that? What's that?
What's the safe word?
Safe word,
Oh yeah, safe word.
I'm sorry, mate, I don't know if I was given no safe word.
Just say pineapples once.
Okay, pineapples.
Oh, gee, you knew the safe word. I guess it's all right.
I thought the safe word was aromophobia.
No, that's your safe word.
You made
mine's spelunking.
you made Star 7, though.
Yeah, I suppose so. What's it to you?
Well, I'm with the squad on the aqueducts. Just saw you guys passing through. Looking for someone to stay tonight.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Name's Hugh.
Blimey, somewhere that ain't infested with lizard folk.
Yeah, I mean, we got a nice little cave set up. It should be nice.
Any objections, mate?
No, not all. I think introductions are unsought.
Oi, everybody there sausage.
What was that, mate?
I said everybody there male.
Yeah, I mean, mostly. I think.
Damn.
All right, well, now that's out of the way. And I think some introductions are ordered. You are?
Name's Lewis. I'm with the 203.
Lewis, nice to meet you. I'm you. I'm from the Menji clan. So you can just call me Hugh Menji-Gnome.
Right, enough already.
Just grab us a coat and head on in the morning.
Yeah, so if you follow me, and he kind of scurries down the tree and leads you just a little bit further down following the path and leads you down into the ravine, a ladder that's set up. And you find in the trench at the base there's a large stone door that can be sealed behind you.
Lewis, alright, thank you for bringing us in. Probably should tell whoever's in charge here. We killed 2 of the lizards back, what'd you say, maybe 4 or 5 miles?
Yeah, about 5 clicks.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that's really going to be a problem, mate. The little folk are all moving out. Just things pretty quiet around here lately. We've just been working to set up the aqueducts and make sure everything's working. Got a good team of engineers down here.
Right then.
Well, anyways, got fire going, and if you all want some food, I think the cook's gonna be making some supper soon.
All right, thank you very much. See, guys, this on top of that. A nice warm fire. One of your toes.
Right. Well, this one we're surrounded by a bunch of allies instead of a bunch of lizard spunk, ain't we?
Oh, sure, but I don't think that's a huge deal.
Got a bunch of lads watching our asses, never been more comfortable.
Did you say lizard spunk? And lads watching your ass?
Got objections, mate?
Alright, I'm just saying.
Listen, I mean, we all been through college. We all have that face, right? Right? Everybody?
Sounds like you and me, right?
And as you guys kind of settle in by the fire and get ready to catch some shut-eye, you hear Lewis over in the corner talking to a couple of the gnomes about his encounter with the gnome rangers.
Oh, guys, did you see those rangers that came into camp? Oh, jeez.
They're not even that cool, mate. I mean, like they're just like normal gnomes. Just like me and you, mate. Yeah, so you guys have nice rest in the cave, and come morning, there's quite a bit of hustle and bustle in the cave. People getting up, and you definitely are not oversleeping that morning, as everyone around here is pretty regimented.
People are running by, and you see Hugh, like, with a coffee cup, and as they're running by, hey, you go, oh, come on. Hey, you guys got a coffee machine? Hey, come on, I'm just looking for something to warm my beans up.
Trying to warm my beans.
You would.
Just trying to get my beans warm.
Hey, good morning to y'all. It's me, Lewis, if you don't remember. I'm about to head out to my post. It's just down the bank if y'all want an escort.
I suppose we might as well. We gotta get headed off, eh, lads?
Right.
Well, it could to have some company.
Up the river we go.
Got a few hundred lives depending on us. Oh,
Right, sure, because, the mission.
uh-huh.
Sorry,
The whole frickin' reason we're headed this way.
So I'm just a little, just a little bit salty still, because, I have the alternative way, of water resource, but nobody listens to me about it.
Boy.
I already tried to talk to him about it.
Just chew on some coffee beans and shut the fuck up.
No, it has more to do than just the coffee beans.
Remember, piss outside the building. Makes the place stink. Don't you try to distill it. Wait for the rains. Makes the water stink. All them other dumb fuck ideas.
I'm sorry, are you promoting stinky water? Like, is that what you're saying there?
I'm saying I survived off of me own piss after walking through the desert for 30 days. But it doesn't seem to matter much now, does it? I still drink it. A cup every day. And I'll tell you what, not because I need to, it's because I like the taste.
Right, friend, well, you do you, I'll just stick to my coffee.
Minerals. What wake you up in the morning, lad?
Alright, and he's taking, little steps to the side away from him.
If that's what it takes to be a ranger, I'm glad I'm just in the army, mate.
No, trust me, it's not what it takes to be a ranger.
I ride by people's throats out, and I think that's fucked up.
It's just this way, guys. And Lewis heads out of the cave.
Right, Dally and all that, gents.
And Chompsky gives Lewis a huge smile, showing off all of his silver sharpened teeth. Oh, thank you, Lewis. You're a right good guy.
Yeah. Just up the ladder. Why don't you go first?
I mean, I'll go first. I don't want to be behind this soul. Pace up.
What? Heavily strengthened
Well, yeah.
bulldozer.
But you could go last, if that's all right with you.
You guys get up the ladder, and Lewis shows you. He doesn't really show you much. He just shows you, kind of small pathway, and finds after just a short hike, he gets to his lookout point and says, this is my spot. So I guess I'll catch you on the flip side.
Alright, thank you much. It's nice of you to get out here.
Right. Where do we head from here?
North.
Yep. And he takes out the map and takes another look to continue their guiding for the day.
Alright.
The same 2 checks you want me to do? Or?
Yeah, a base intelligence and then a survival.
11 on intelligence. 18 on survival.
You guys are still heading in the right direction. You're following the trench, and the path is as decent as it could be. I mean, it's a good path. It's not bad, and you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, in some communities they call large coffees venti. I learned that the other day.
Can I get just a stealth check from all of you?
That's no good. That's a 5.
11 total for me?
5.
Very nice.
5 brothers.
So on this day of travel, both Hugh and Verga were setting quite a quick pace. Chompsky doing what he can to keep up. And on the upside, you guys make really great pace today. Hugh even thinks you guys are what he would say is ahead of schedule from the time he expected it to take to get to the base of the pipeline. However, it's nearing night. You guys are starting to wear down a bit, and as you are, a hunting party of lizard folk hear you and are going to stroll up on the camp.
Here, I'll get the audio that they hear. Alright, guys, it's still a good place to camp. I'll go grab the firewood and get a nice little fire going.
Fair enough. Right, well, I do believe I'll get the fire going then.
Alright, perfect.
No.
Expectum Furiosa.
As you guys haven't decided to set up camp quite yet. You're just starting to slow down for the day. And
Expectum Furiosa.
starting to trudge a little bit. And there are
the coffee beans from the south, those are the ones that are real nice. The ones from the east, they're okay, but a bit too bitter.
And a hunting party of 4 lizard folk are able to get right up on you. I'm going to need another perception check.
I can perceive things.
21.
8.
16.
Both Hugh and Chompsky, right as this hunting party is about to pounce and take action on the group, are alerted of their position. Verga, however, is just looking straight ahead, and so he's going to first attack against him is going to have advantage. Let's all actually you two roll initiative for me. You're just gonna
Who, me?
The order. Sorry. Yeah.
20. Unnatural.
Okay.
6.
All right.
Yo ho, and with any luck, we'll win the day and do away the dreaded Moby Duck. My son loves that song.
Chompsky is up first as these lizards break the tree line, and he is able to, they're like right on top of you, but you're able to move quicker and get the first attack in.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll, same as before. The lead guy in the group here is coming up on us. I'm just going to jump on him. That's not going to do it.
What was it?
It was a 6. That one's a dirty 20.
Hit.
That one's a 17.
That will hit.
Okay. So 13 points of damage, plus I'm going to use another key point to do my bite attack thing.
Drain.
Yeah. 1!
Nice. So 14.
And, so at the start of your turn, I roll 1d6 again.
Alright, well good, because that lizard's up next.
Okay, so I roll another 1d6. So he took, what was it, 13 points of damage before? Now he's going to take another 4.
Nice. Alright. And he is going to make a attack against Chompsky.
I bet he is.
Alright. That's a 22.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Oh, jeez. These dice be not good for you today. And a 23.
Yup. I mean, I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Okay. Alright, so you're going to take... Jeez, all my dice are cracked. I just rolled almost like max on everything.
Can I borrow your dice?
Yeah. So that was 6, 7, 8 plus a 7, 15, or 7 piercing, 8 bludgeoning, depending on if you have resistance.
That's fine.
And Hugh is up next.
One of the ones that hasn't taken damage yet. I'm going to. And we're all kind of like bunched up together.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes,
So that's that.
You were like in a line, and then all of a sudden, 4 people. I'm saying.
Yeah. He's gonna like create a chromatic orb and throw it at one of the undamaged lizards. Alright, that's
Bad blast.
12.
That will not hit.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Well, this lizard is going to attack you. I'm sorry. Nat 20. Ooh. Oh my gosh, dude. I've 18, 19, 20, 19 in the past 4 rolls. I just feel bad. I'm sorry.
Wait, what was the...
It hits.
Maybe. I'm going to use an ability, but first I got to figure out what my AC is.
Nat
10 plus dex. So my AC is 10.
You have no dex.
You want to hear my strength?
I guess that makes sense.
Your AC is 10? My brother.
All right.
He's a
You
wizard.
are going to die.
He's a wizard.
You're gonna die real quick.
You won't die today.
17 damage.
Oh, hold on. What was the second? Because you said you did 2 attacks, right?
Yes.
What was the second attack?
Well, that's both of them added together. Just 10,
No,
7.
what was the attack roll?
It was piercing.
I know the first one was
bludgeoning,
nat 20.
and 19.
Okay, well, I wasted a spell slot.
What's he attacking him with, by the way?
A bite attack and a club. Lizard number 3 is going to attack Chompsky. That's nice. That's a 8
Nope.
and a 15.
Nope.
All right. Next up is Verga, as the 4th lizard critically failed on his initiative roll.
That
Technically,
means I have attacked
technically
in the
crits only count in attacks, ability checks, and
What?
apparently crits only like count when you're doing like attacks.
It still is a 1. And I
Yeah,
still
but
treat
it would be a 1 plus.
I
Whatever.
still treat it like
That's fair. You're DM, so I'm
It's
not going
failed.
to tell you whatever.
Okay. The first attack is a 10.
this does not hit.
The second is a 22.
That will hit.
Alright. With 7 damage.
Nice. Were you attacking the one that failed? Is that what you were saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay. He's up and he's going to attack you. At 20 and 21.
That'll hit. Both?
12. What is wrong with this die? 17 damage.
Right down.
Chompsky, the one that you've already chomped into is looking real beat up, and then there's one other that has taken some damage, and then other 2 that are looking good. And they're all close enough that you could make an attack them. Anybody.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the guy that already damaged.
Alright.
Might as well take him out, right? So 19. A 9 won't do it. And 21.
The first and the third will hit.
17 points of damage.
Chompsky hooks in with his teeth and then is able to get a kick off as he's pulling out part of their neck, and this lizard drops to the ground dead. Next up is Hugh.
Hugh is going to... By the way, I used I did use another first level spell slot when I put up shield when I was being attacked. It didn't do anything. Just puts on record. No, I'm going to use a second level spell and Misty Step out of range of the lizards. Like, basically, the way we came.
Okay. You disengage.
And then he's going to kind of, like, use the foliage as best he can to kind of, like, duck and hide himself for that. And that's his turn.
Alright. Lizard 2 is up. They're going to go after Chompsky. Critical fail. Chompsky gets a opportunity attack in as they swing at you and completely open themselves up.
Okay. So that's a 21.
That will hit.
And I'm going to expend one of my key points to make it it's a wear-touched wound, technically. Because that's my sort of special thing, is called wear-touched. So, 14 points of damage total.
Alright. Next up is 3, who is going to attack Verga. 14.
That will not hit.
And 15.
That will hit.
Alright. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Next up is Verga.
He's going to make 2 attacks against what he deems is the leader.
He doesn't really deem anyone the leader.
The one who attacked him recently.
Okay.
First is a 14.
That will not hit.
And the second is a 19.
That will hit.
Go, Verga.
He's a ranger, so you could say, go, Vega Ranger!
13 damage.
Alright, and then this lizard is going to make an attack on Chompsky. 20.
Shit!
What's wrong with these dice? Well, I should say, what's wrong with them when I use them? They're 11.
No.
Second hit? Okay. So,
Borrow your brother's dice. Here they don't work too well.
that's going to be 13 piercing damage.
That's not great.
Could be better. But
I'll give him my old pair of dice that were cursed.
But you are up now.
Alright. Who's this dude that smacked me?
This was Lizard 4.
I'm gonna smack him back.
Alright.
I'm not happy about this.
Smack him. Hit him in the face.
That's not gonna do it. That's a 17.
That will hit.
And that's a 21.
Also will hit.
So 2 hit. And we're gonna use yet another key point for those following along at home. Are you kidding me? So 11 points of damage. And he also has the thing where at the beginning of his turn I'll roll another d6.
Alright. Next up is Hugh.
He's going to cast False Life on himself. They gain 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points for an hour.
Okie dokie.
I like your dice, except when you're using them right now.
Apparently.
So 8 temporary hit points. That's my spell.
Alright,
Or my turn.
This next lizard gets hit with the 1d6 at the start of his turn.
1.
It's something.
This d6 is rolling terrible today.
And he's coming after Chompsky. 6.
No.
14.
No!
He tries to swing his club and he tries to bite, but Chompsky's able to evade both attacks. And next up is the lizard going after Verga. 5. 17.
17 will hit.
For 5 points. 5 points of damage. Verga's up next.
Right, 2 attacks with me hand axe. Me great axe. Sorry.
Alright.
First one's a 21.
That will hit.
Second being a 13.
That will not hit.
12.
As Verga comes with a slicing upward swing of his axe. He catches the shoulder and the jaw of this lizard folk, and it reels and falls to the ground. Next up is Lizard 4, who is marked, so roll for damage.
Come on, big money, big money, big money. 3!
As he starts to lurch forward, you can see blood just dripping down his body from this neck wound. And as he comes stumbling to make another strike on Chompsky, he falls forward and is cold. Well, I guess he's always cold, but...
That's what happens when you're a lizard and you're living by the river.
Basically.
And next up is Chompsky, and there's just one lizard folk left.
Alright then. Let's do this shit. That's a 15.
That will hit.
That's a 9.
That will not.
And that's a 14.
That will not.
Shit, dude. Alright, well I guess we're gonna use another key point then. To make this a good one. So do 9 points of damage to him.
Ooh, baby! Chompsky just, straight up runs up his chest and just no hands, just full, just mouth to throat contact, ripping out his esophagus as this lizard folk drops to the ground. He also just falls, belly flops right on top of this lizard folk and rolls over and spits out what's in his mouth and says,
"Aw, damn it, I got a tendon stuck in my teeth. Oh, that was a right good scrap then, ain't it?"